Look at this. This hydrangea right here got chopped back in July. Not fall, not whenever I got around to it, July. And this one got left alone until October, like every gardening blog tells you to do. Guess which one bloomed like crazy this spring? Yeah, not the one you'd think. I'm going to show you why, and honestly, it kind of made me mad once I figured it out because I've been doing this wrong for years. The setup. So here's the thing nobody really explains right. Hydrangeas don't grow their flowers the same year you see them. I know, weird. I didn't believe it either the first time someone told me. Some of them are already building next year's flowers, right now, like this week, while you're out there deadheading and thinking you're doing them a favor. And if you cut at the wrong time, you're not cutting off old growth, you're cutting off flowers that haven't even bloomed yet. I did this exact thing to a hydrangea I'd had for 3 years. Cut it back hard in September because it looked messy. Next spring, nothing, just leaves. My neighbor's untouched half-wild bush next door was covered in blooms. That's when I started actually paying attention to timing. The mistake most people make. Almost every hydrangea question I get is the same one. Why didn't mine bloom this year? And almost every time the answer is the same too. They pruned at the wrong point of the year. Not too little, not too much, just wrong. Timing. Here's what's actually happening underground and in the stems while you're not looking. Once summer starts winding down, a lot of hydrangea varieties stop growing new stems and start locking in next year's flower buds. Those buds sit there, tiny, kind of unimpressive looking, all through fall and winter. Then spring hits, and those exact buds are what open into flowers. So if you prune in fall thinking you're cleaning up on the wrong type of hydrangea, you're cutting off buds that already exist. There's no growing them back before spring. They're just gone. Not all hydrangeas are the same. Pattern interrupt. Okay, quick pause, because this is where people get tripped up, and honestly, it tripped me up for a solid year. Not every hydrangea works this way. There are ones that bloom on old wood, meaning last year's stems, and ones that bloom on new wood, meaning stems that grow fresh that same season. Mix those two up, and you'll either prune away all your flowers or prune a plant that didn't even need it and just make it look ugly for a season. I actually asked the nursery guy about this once, and he just kind of shrugged and said, yeah, most people don't check, which, great, thanks. So how do you know which one you've got? Identifying your type. If you've got the big round mop head flowers or the flat lace cap ones, those are almost always old wood bloomers, big leaf and oak leaf types. If your flowers are more cone-shaped, pointed at the top, that's usually a panicle hydrangea, new wood. Same with the smooth ones, the ones that look kind of like snowballs. Here's the fast way to check without looking anything up. Go outside right now. Find a stem from last year. You can usually tell because it's a little more woody, grayish-brown near the base instead of green. If there are small, swollen bumps along that older stem close to where last year's flower was, that's your bud already forming. That's old wood. Be careful with it. If the stem is thinner, greener, more flexible, new growth, that one's more forgiving. Go look. I'll wait. Seriously, go check. It takes 10 seconds and it'll make the rest of this make way more sense. The window that actually matters for timing. All right, so here's the part that actually matters for timing. If you've got an old wood hydrangea, mop head, lace cap, oak leaf, your window to prune is right after it finishes blooming. Not fall, not whenever. Right after the flowers fade, usually mid to late summer depending on your zone. Wait too long past that, and you're cutting into the exact stems that are already forming next year's buds. If you've got new wood, panicle, smooth types, you actually have a lot more flexibility. Late winter or very early spring before new growth starts works fine. Those varieties build their buds on stems that grow fresh that same year, so you're not risking anything by cutting back hard. Quick CTA, if you're the type who forgets stuff like this every year, might as well subscribe now so it shows up in your feed right before the window closes next time. Anyway, back to it. Does your zone change anything? Quick thing before I move on, because I get this question a lot in comments. Does this still apply if I'm in Texas or Minnesota or wherever? Yeah, mostly. The core rule doesn't change. Old wood blooms need to be pruned right after flowering. New wood types have flexibility. What changes is when right after flowering actually happens for you. If you're somewhere warm, your hydrangea might finish blooming by mid-July. Somewhere cooler, it might not wrap up until late August, sometimes into September. So don't go by a date on a calendar someone posted online. Go by the plant. Watch the blooms. Once they're fading and the plant's basically done for the season, that's your signal, not some fixed day someone typed into a blog post. I actually messed this up too early on. I was following a pruning date I found online that was clearly written for a much colder climate than mine. Pruned way too early, cut into stems that were still actively finishing up their bloom cycle. Turns out, follow the plant, not the calendar, should have been obvious from the start. Same goes for winter protection if you're somewhere with harsh frost. Those old wood buds we talked about, sitting there through winter, can actually get damaged by a late freeze even if you never touch them with shears. That's a whole separate headache, but worth knowing it exists. My own mistake in detail. I want to actually walk you through what I did wrong, because I think it'll save you the same headache. I had a mop-head hydrangea, big blue one, planted it myself, probably 4 years old at that point. Beautiful the first 2 summers. Third year, I got busy, didn't touch it all summer. By September, it looked kind of wild, stems going everywhere, some dead flower heads still hanging on. So I did what felt responsible. I cut it back, took off maybe 1/3 of the plant, cleaned up the shape, felt good about it. Spring came. Leaves came in fine, plant looked healthy. No flowers, not one. I actually thought it was dead or diseased or something. Spent an embarrassing amount of time Googling hydrangea not blooming before someone in a gardening forum just said flat out, "You pruned old wood in fall, didn't you?" Yeah, I did. That one sentence explained an entire season of nothing. What happens inside the plant? Science moment. This part actually made 0 sense to me at first, so let me try to explain it the way it finally clicked for me. Think of the hydrangea like it's working on 2 projects at once, but you can only see one of them. Project 1, this year's flowers. You can see those. They're blooming right now, or they already did. Project 2, next year's flowers. Invisible right now. Just small buds tucked into the stems, quietly forming while the plant still has warm weather and energy to spare. The plant doesn't wait until spring to start that second project. It starts in late summer, sometimes even earlier, depending on your climate. So when you prune in fall on an old wood variety, you're not touching this year's flowers at all. Those are already done. You're cutting into Project 2, the one you can't see yet, the one that would have been next year's flowers. That's why the timing feels so counterintuitive. You're not protecting flowers you can see. You're protecting flowers that don't exist yet. The proof. Go look at your own plant. All right, I said I would prove this, so let's actually do it instead of just talking about it. Late summer, early fall, walk up to any old wood hydrangea. Doesn't have to be yours, neighbors, park, wherever. Look at the stems from this past season, the ones that already flowered. Follow them down towards the base, towards where they meet older wood. You'll see these small, almost easy to miss bumps, kind of scaly looking. Not flowers, not leaves, just waiting. That's next year's bloom, right there. Already decided, already growing, just not visibly yet. I remember finding these on my own plant the following year after I'd learned my lesson and just standing there for a second like, it's already happening. It's already decided whether I'm getting flowers next spring, and it's only September. Kind of changes how you look at the plant, honestly. Honestly, curious how many people watching have accidentally done exactly what I did. Drop it in the comments if you've pruned at the wrong time and lost a season of flowers. I have a feeling I'm not the only one who's done this. All right, moving on, because there's actually an exception to all of this that trips people up even more than the timing does. The exception, rebloomers. Here's where it gets messy, in a good way, actually. Some newer hydrangea varieties, the endless summer type ones, bloom on both old wood and new wood. So even if you mess up the timing and cut off the old wood buds, the plant can still throw out flowers later in the season on the new growth, which sounds like great news, and it kind of is. But it also confuses people because they think it means timing doesn't matter at all for these types. It still matters. You'll just get a lighter bloom instead of losing the whole season. Think of it as a safety net, not a free pass. I've got one of these reblooming types now, actually, after the whole disaster with the other one. Learn my lesson the expensive way. What if you already missed the window? Okay, so what if you're watching this and you already pruned, already messed up the timing, already did what I did? First, it's not the end of the world. The plant isn't dead. You just might get a lighter bloom or, in a bad case, no bloom for one season. Don't panic prune again to try to fix it. That's the instinct, and it's the wrong one. Leave it alone, let it recover, let it build energy over the rest of the season. Focus on the roots instead. Consistent watering, a little mulch around the base to protect it through winter, that actually does more for next year's recovery than anything you do with the shears at this point. Next year, mark your calendar. Actually mark it. I use my phone now, set a reminder right after bloom time, because clearly I can't be trusted to remember on my own. Learn my lesson the expensive way. The actual cut, how to do it right. All right, let's actually get into the cutting itself, because timing is half of it, but how you cut matters too. For old wood types, right after bloom, you're not hacking the whole plant back. You're removing spent flower heads, cutting just above the first strong pair of buds below the old bloom. That's it. Light touch. If a stem is dead, no buds, brittle, snaps instead of bends, cut that all the way to the base. That's not going to hurt you. Dead wood was never going to flower anyway. For new wood, you've got more room to be aggressive. Late winter, you can cut back closer to a foot or so from the ground, and it'll push out strong new growth that flowers that same year. Clean cuts matter more than people think, by the way. Sharp shears, angled cut, not crushed stems. A crushed cut heals slower and just invites problems. Learn that one from a rosebush disaster. Different story entirely. One more thing if you're growing yours in a container instead of in the ground. Same rules apply, but you've got to watch the roots too. Pots dry out faster, and a stressed plant is way more likely to drop those developing buds on its own. No pruning mistake required. So if yours is potted, keep an eye on watering right through that bud-forming window in late summer. It's easy to forget about a pot tucked on a patio when your attention is on the garden beds instead. I didn't think about this at all until a friend of mine lost blooms on a perfectly healthy-looking potted hydrangea 2 runs running. Turned out it was just drying out during the exact weeks it needed to be building buds. Nothing to do with pruning at all that time, just water. The payoff, tying it back. So remember those 2 bushes from the very start. One pruned right, one pruned on the usual fall cleanup schedule everyone assumes is correct. The difference wasn't luck. It wasn't fertilizer or soil or some secret product. It was 10 seconds of checking the stem before making a cut. That's genuinely it. The plant that bloomed, old wood variety, pruned right after its flowers faded in summer, buds left completely undisturbed all the way through winter. The one that didn't, same variety, pruned in fall out of habit, right when those invisible buds were mid-formation. Same soil, same sunlight, same water schedule. The only variable was timing. Once you see it that clearly, it's hard to go back to guessing. Wrap up and next video teaser. So, quick recap since this is a lot to hold on to. Figure out which type you got, old wood or new wood, that's the whole game. Old wood, prune right after it blooms, not in fall. New wood, you've got more flexibility. Late winter works fine. Rebloomers, a bit more forgiving, but still worth timing right. And if you've already messed up, don't panic, don't cut again. Just let it rest and mark your calendar for next time. If this saved you from making the same mistake I did, that's honestly the whole point of this channel, figuring this stuff out the hard way so you don't have to. The next one I'm doing is actually about a watering mistake that's just as sneaky as this one. It looks like the plant is thriving right up until it isn't. That one surprised me even more than this did. I'll see you in that one.